Hello, I'm Larry Adderley. Welcome to Michigan Replay. Bo Schembechler is here, and Bo, yesterday in Ann Arbor, all the scouts were there from the various bowl games, and you came right out passing the first time you got your hands on the ball. Now, was that for their benefit or yours?
You know, that first drive was the worst drive we had. That's the only one when we were forced to punt, and we threw on second and third down. And I believe we're going to have to cut that out, Larry.
But he threw with some success. Do you think Leach got something out of that?
Oh, I think so. I think we hit some big plays on the passes, as you know, and actually I think it buoyed his confidence. That's the only reason that he hasn't been more effective throwing the ball. It's just a matter he had a little trouble early with interceptions and so forth, and now he's starting to hit them, and he's got a pretty good target to throw them to.
Is it fair, as people have charged, that you don't like to pass the ball? Is it fair to say that?
Well, it's not fair. We throw it a lot in practice, and you know, I feel very strongly this way. I think a football team that would sit back and rely on those big passing plays to win is going to lose a third of their games. You've got to feel that touchdowns are hard to get. You got to work for them. You got to be sure you're executing up front. You must be able to run the football. That does not mean we will not pass. And I think now that we have proven to people that we can pass, it's certainly going to back some people off, I think, in the future.
Other teams have to prove to you that they can stop your running game.
Well, I think the running game is first and foremost, and I think the two complement one another. I think this will help us an awful lot in loosening up the defenses a little bit so that we can run more.
Example yesterday, Purdue can throw the ball, but you stopped them right away quick and scored first, and that's a pretty good formula for getting a team in the hole and beating them.
We had field position right off the bat and got the football early. This is a great play by Mo Morton, our defensive tackle, in the first series, a third down play that forced this punt and gave us an opportunity. Here's the big pass. This is Leach throwing out here to Gordon Bell on a swing pass away from a motion. We sent Jimmy Smith to the other side and then brought Bell out this side and threw the ball to him for a big play that sets up our first touchdown. A typical Bell great run. Watch all these cuts in here, missed tackles and jumping around. He's the cutest little thing you ever saw.
He doesn't give you much to hit, does he?
He just, they never get a great shot at him, and even when they do, he usually comes down on his feet. Here's the big play. Man-to-man coverage with the safety up tight. And Leach gets the ball into Smith, and Keith Johnson's great block there at the end.
2 players out.
Was the sent it all the way, and I believe that's the longest pass play in Michigan history.
This man is dangerous when he gets the ball, Jim Smith.
I think he's a tremendous football player and one that can always come up with a big play. Here's Vitale throwing to bury their fine receiver on their drive, and here's the key play down here on the option play, where we make the stop short of the first down. They had to go to the 5-yard line here for the first down, and we got them stopped there at the 6 and took over.
Got 3 players in on that tackle, too.
And then once again, Leach goes back to throw. Here's a great catch by Jimmy Smith, and when he comes down, he loses the ball, and that's one of those calls, Larry, that we better not discuss here, but nevertheless, we lost the ball there. And here's an option play with Gordon Bell taking the pitch out from Leach, and got a good block on the corner and went down in here. Here's why Leach is getting a little better. Key plays here on an option play that takes the ball down to the 2-yard line right at the end of the third period, and here on the give to Bell for the touchdown in the first play of the fourth period. Once again, Leach back to pass. This is a great catch by Jimmy Smith down here as he runs a flag route for a big play that sets up another touchdown. Leach rolling out here, the receivers are covered, and he takes off running. And once he starts to do the scrambling and the passing, and it's going to make him that much more effective. Here on the option play, he keeps the ball after a fake to Lytle for the touchdown.
Here's your kick coverage, which was just super all day.
Well, we had Donnie Dufek and Bob Wood had 2 plays like this where they caught him down inside the 10-yard line. And, you know, anytime you kick that ball off and keep him inside the 10, boy, they got a long way to go for a touchdown, and we eventually get the ball back in good field position.
Wood gets that kickoff a little bit high, too. Is that part of your plan?
Well, we want to get it up in the air, you know, and get it down there as far as we can, give our guys a chance to run down there. And we line up 2 kickers now so that we can kick it where we want to.
Either way. And they got it, what, at the 11 twice, I think, and once at the 7?
We kicked 2 in the end zone and 2 at the 11, I think. And they never got outside the 11-yard line.
And Purdue's a pretty good team. They managed to run up some fair statistics against you, both running and passing.
Purdue is a good football team, very big and strong physically, both offensively and defensively. Pruitt and Durking can move the football in anybody. They're big, strong backs that can make cuts, and they've got a big offensive line. I think they're a good football team. That's why we were so pleased to win by 28-0.
Anything about the performance yesterday that didn't satisfy you?
Well, we fumbled the ball going in on the 5-yard line. That would cost us a touchdown. That was a problem. And I think our defense has got to get a little stickier inside there. We can't let them bleed quite as much yardage as Purdue got. They rushed for 173 yards on us, which is quite a bit against our defense. And I think it's just a matter, we let them outside. They bounced outside on some plays on our defense. They hit a curl pass, and we let them get outside when we knocked our own tacklers off of the ball carrier. And a few things like that, but basically we're very pleased with that victory, and I hope we can just tighten things up a little bit and do a little better job as we go along here.
I thought you might have had just a little trouble early running the middle, your offense.
Well, they're awfully strong and they're awfully big, and they didn't give us much up the middle.
Novak,
and,
the big kid.
Novak is very big and strong in there, and they played their backers up in there real tight, Larry, and that made it a little tough for us until we went outside a few times, and then they loosened them up a little bit.
A victory, nevertheless, and a shutout always satisfying.
Well, anytime we can shut them out, we're very pleased. Being a defensive-minded team, why we like no points on the scoreboard for the opponent.
And the new offense with the passing, just astounding.